Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Follow me to China today as I will try to make baozi, one of the most iconic Chinese street foods, so popular that Pixar made a Bao Bun the main character of a short animation movie. Unlike jiaozi, these buns are most often leavened, then steamed and filled with meat, vegetables, or both, but there are several variations based on size, preparation and filling, including sweet bao. I will be making them steamed and gluten-free, but the method is the same for all-purpose wheat flour. So let's get started. I'll first mix 5 grams of dry yeast with 5 grams of sugar and 100 milliliters of lukewarm water. About 5 minutes later, the yeast is activated, so I will add it to 400 grams of flour along with another 150 milliliters of water. I'm not going to add any salt to this dough, but I'll need to add an extra 50 milliliters of water because this gluten-free flour is particularly thirsty. After about 5 minutes of kneading, the dough is ready, so I'll set it aside to rest for an hour or so. For the filling, I'll start by chopping a couple of spring onions. Then I'll chop 250 grams of minced pork to a finer grind. I've chosen pork, but bao buns can be filled with vegetables too, like cabbage and carrots, otherwise shrimps, char siu, or even glass noodles. I'll also add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of Shaoxing wine, 1 teaspoon of ginger paste, 1 teaspoon of Chinese spice, a pinch of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of corn flour, 1 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil, and a pinch of salt. If you feel that this mix is too dry, you can also add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water. Now I'll cover it and store it in the fridge for about an hour. Before I start making my baozi, I take a sheet of parchment paper and I cut small squares out of it. I'll be using them to prevent the buns from sticking to the steamer. After about an hour, I take the dough out of the bowl onto a lightly floured surface. It has risen, as expected, but I'll deflate it anyway as I roll it, and I'll let it proof again after. I divide it into 13 pieces, 50 grams each. Then I roll each one of them into a disc. The best way to do this is to go in circular motion around the edges, because thinner edges will make the disc easier to wrap around the filling. But as you can see, I still have a long way to master this technique. These discs are about 12 centimeters in diameter, but you can make them bigger or smaller depending on how you want your buns. Now that I have all 13 discs, I take one at a time, place a heaped teaspoon of pork filling in the middle, and pleat the edges until they're fully wrapped around the filling. Then I twist them to seal the top, like this. I know you're supposed to hold it in one end and pleat it with the other, but I'm more comfortable doing it on a flat surface. The trick is to seal each pleat to the previous one while you also rotate the dough. Of course, each bao goes onto one of the paper squares I prepared earlier. Now that they're all ready, I prepare my electric steamer with some lukewarm water. If you don't have an electric steamer, you can use a bamboo steamer or one of those stainless steel inserts that you place in a pot with boiling water. I'm not steaming the buns straight away, I'll let them proof a bit first, for about 45 minutes. Ideally, they should be a few centimeters apart, in case they rise a lot, but hey, this is all the room I have here. And here they are. They puffed up quite a bit, so I'll go on and steam them for 15 minutes. They're done. I waited a few minutes after the steamer switched off, but they're still piping hot, so I'll wait another couple of minutes before I take them out. Baozi is something that I've been wanting to try since I went to China almost 20 years ago, when I couldn't have them because of my gluten intolerance. So yeah, it's quite an achievement to finally make them myself. Nice! They're so soft and tasty, they'll be over before you know it. And they're not that difficult to prepare after all. As a matter of fact, I can't wait to make them again soon. Maybe with some other filling as well. What about you? Have you ever tried bao buns? Will you try to make them? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So, where are we going next?